Hello, New York Yankees fans. Let's talk about the right way to fix New York Yankees this coming offseason. There's moves to be made and ways to do things, okay? We'll talk about the right way to do it going baseball-wise, including the pitching, or coaching staff, excuse me. Yeah, we'll get pitching staff too. Yeah, can't do that with the roster. But we're really going to do this. Like the channel, subscribe to the channel. Helps everybody out. If you're a beep, that's my full-time job telling me I got an order. We'll see if I get an order during this video. But the right way to fix the Yankees. Now, to do this, you have to subtract the cancers, get the bad players off the roster, then add players to fix the roster. And part of adding players is giving them full-time jobs with their prospects or calling them up, okay? So, let's first get started here with our subtractions. You have to trade some players away, let some go in free agency. You see, number one there, Anthony Volpe, trade away. He has been a cancer. He hit horrifically all year. Every key at bat, he's been out. He's just a cancer. He's got to go. He's the worst fielding Gold Glover ever. Over the double the amount of errors of any other Gold Glover ever last year. And this year, he's going to be finalist somehow. I don't know how. I hope the Royals shortstop, Bobby Witt Jr., gets it. We'll see. If Gleyber Torres, let him go in free agency. There's no reason to overpay to keep this guy. It's a cancer. He had an at-bat in Game 3, but all he has to do is get on base and the tying runs at the plate. That's all he's got to do. They're in the 7th inning. And he strikes out looking at a cookie. A hanger of hangers. Fat gets fastball. He's got to go. He's a cancer. He's got to go. Jose Trevino, just not a good catcher anymore. He's got to go. Put him on the trade market. Somebody's going to trade for him. Then you can call up one of your minor league catchers, as we'll get to. Marcus Stroman, trade away. Same as Nestor Cortez. They aren't MLB players, okay? Apologize for those spelling errors. They were not there when I saved that slide. I could see a couple of them there that were not there when I saved that slide. I'm not sure why they're there now. That is the error when you upload these stupid slides into this stupid software I use. Anyways, pending free agents, but Weaver, exercise his option. Should go. Just let him go. Tommy Conley, I think about it if you can get him in a cheap enough deal. He was good, but something tells me somebody's going to overpay on him. Okay? Then you decline Rizzo and Trevino's options. That doesn't mean you're going to let Rizzo go. You're declining the option, so you're not paying him $17 million a year. By doing that, number 7, you clear another extra $25.8 million in salary, by the way. The Yankees did all this. They would lower the payroll to somewhere around $140 million going into the offseason. That's serious. That just, you keep Stroman and Nestor Cortez, then you're about $165 million, roughly, in that neighborhood. But I trade Stroman and Cortez immediately and drop it down there to get to that. So who do they add? What are the players you want to add? First, of course, we know about Juan Soto. Project 15 years, $600 million, including options. No opt-outs at all. He does not want opt-outs. A full no trade clause. If it's an opt-out, it's going to be like Garrett Cole's, where he opts out, you add a year to the contract type thing. Blake Snell, and Yankees are the predicted destination of Blake Snell is right now. Now, a lot will change between now and free agency and that. Keep that in mind, but they are the predicted destination. So, Blake Snell, you sign $75 million base. That means $15 million base every year, and he has incentives to take it to $25, $28 million, something like that. But you have to pitch like an ace to do that. You signed Alex Bregman, 7 years, $155 million. That's about $22.5 to $23 million a year, by the way. Right there. Why do I say this? You've got to fix up your infield defense. You can't have Chisholm at third base going into 2025 anymore. We all know that Munetaka Murakami is a third baseman now. He's been at third base for 4 years. That's on purpose. He's aiming to get on the Yankees, and he knows they need a third baseman. So you sign Bregman, knowing if you sign Murakami, you can just put Bregman over to second base. And Chisholm at shortstop in 2026. And Chisholm will bring on the last year of his contract as well, and Roger Arias is getting close, so keep that in mind. So, yes. Then, Roki Sasaki, if posted, the 8-year max contract, it's about $2.8 million a year for the first 5 years, then it goes up. You definitely sign Roki Sasaki that max contract allowed if he's posted this year. If he's not posted, then you start looking at your Shane Biebers and others. Then you go out for Tanner Scott, and you trade for either Devin Williams and Clace. There's another spelling error that was not there when I saved the slide and then uploaded a couple of them. Where are these spelling errors coming from? They are not there when I upload these into the software. There's something wrong here. And it should be an A there in Sasaki, not an I. So there's another one. This is bugging me. When I upload these slides, these spelling errors are not here. Something is changing these. Not sure what it is. But Tanner Scott is only looking at about a 3 to 4 year deal for $5 to $8 million per. That is doable. Guy with closing experience, one of the better lefties in the game right now, left-handed pitchers. There's not a lot of really good left-handed relievers right now. And here's one of those prospect ones I was talking about. Jason Dominguez becomes starting left fielder. Just put him out there. It's his. But before that, I have Anthony Santander. That does not affect Murakami. And again, I'm seeing spelling errors that were not there when I uploaded the slide, and it's really bugging me. I'm going to have to try to figure out this error, because these are not there. I type these out. I do all the spell checking, get them right. Take the slide, upload it, and then the spelling errors pop back in. I don't get it. But, yeah, Anthony Santander came up as a first baseman. Keep that in mind. He knows first base. Talk about a 30-year-old switch hitter. He could probably give you 30, 45, 50 homers a season in Yankee Stadium. You put up first base. And have one of the better first basemen in the game. He loses a lot of home runs out to right field, center field, even left field there in that stupid ballpark in Baltimore now after they did the brain-dead changes. And he's only going to get about half of what Pete Alonso will, despite his better stats over the last few years. So, yes, I do sign Anthony Santander because he's only looking at about a 6-year deal, maybe 8 years, about 15 to 18 million per. That's a no-brainer. His agent might try to hold out for 20 million, but after last year, what happened with Bellinger and Montgomery and Snell and Chapman, it doesn't look good for him. And then we have the starting of the coaching thing. Tony Pena replacing Boone as manager. I'll get into the staff changes he would make, and I'd make for him. Then we signed Rizzo on a cheap 2-year, $5 million deal as a veteran bench bat. Rizzo would do that, okay? Then you call up Yorbit Vivas to play second base, Chisholm new shortstop, till Arias is ready, and it would work. And you can even swap those two and have Chisholm as second or Vivas at shortstop. Because I would have Volpe in a certain trade that we're going to talk about in a bit as well. And we already talked about it a little bit. Think about the trade I talked about. Okay? So with these roster changes, here's your new lineup. You have Dominguez leading off, Soto batting second, Judge third, and then you have a big bat behind Judge and Anthony Santander. But they can't be pitching around Judge anymore. Then you have your Stanton, and then Jazz Chisholm, and then Bregman seventh. Then Wells and Vivas. That's a deep lineup. And you give Wells another season, Vivas a good season in the bigs, and that's a good lineup. You're not even worried about the bottom of it. That's a deep lineup. I don't really see a hole in it, especially if Vivas pans out the way I think he will. So that's a great lineup right there. New rotation, Cole, Snell, Sasaki, and there's your proper spelling of Sasaki. Didn't foul it up on this one. Rodon and Clark Schmidt. I go Clark Schmidt over Gill. Schmidt's better. He just had a great year as a starter. So, and you can put Schmidt in the bullpen in the playoffs next year. That is one of your best rotations in baseball. You would be lowering your dollars paid to the rotation by about $10 million by getting rid of Cortez and Stroman and getting Roki Sasaki $2.8 million, and then Blake Snell about $25 to $28 million max. His AV is going to go down. Your new bench: Waldo Cabrera, Anthony Rizzo, Trent Grisham, and Antonio Gomez. There's the catcher I told you pulling up. He's got a big bat, very good right-handed catcher. You platoon him with Wells, you're going to have a dominant catching tandem, finally. Got a really good outfield there, a couple of infielders. You're covered. That'd be the best bench the Yankees have had in a long time. So what about the bullpen? Manuel Clace or Devin Williams trade. That's where Volpe would go. Both need a shortstop. Volpe would be your centerpiece. Okay? I would throw Jose Trevino in there because both teams could use a catcher as well. Would love to get a good veteran catcher like Trevino. So that's where it would be. I am told at this point Emmanuel Clace is a tad bit more likely. Okay? Just a tad bit more likely. Then you have left-hand pitcher Tanner Scott as a setup man, Luke Weaver as a setup man, and then you've got a dominant 1-2-3 punch back there. Then you have Cousins, Meza, and I wanted to put Tim Hill here, but he's going to be a free agent, and Tim Hill's going to get one heck of a contract after the year he had with the Yankees. Would not surprise me if he's back, but he's going to probably be getting 4-year offers for $40 million, and Yankees aren't going there. And Mark Leiter Jr., yes, he's still under contract. He'll be back. Ian Hamilton, your long man, is Luis Gill. Okay? Great bullpen. Great bullpen there. And if you could sign Tommy Conley, maybe put him in there where Leiter Jr., trade Leiter Jr., who knows? They're over Ian Hamilton. But again, Tommy Conley's probably getting a 3-year, $30 Get $33 million deal, something like that. We'll see. So, after the roster, let's talk about the coaching staff. I would hire Tony Penny as manager. Keep Brad Ausmus as bench coach. I think he's done a good job as bench coach. I do. Hitting coach, Paul O'Neill. A guy that knows hitting. Changes everything up here a little bit. Pitching coach, David Cohn and Matt Blake. I have two pitching coaches there, and there's another spelling error. I was not there when I saved the slide. That's annoying me. That's annoying. Okay, then. Matt Blake is really good at what he does, but we need a David Cohn who can be the in-game adjuster, who can see what's going on, go out and tell him do this, and fix him immediately. Third base coach, Jorge Posada. First base coach, Mark Teixeira. Now, that's not to coach first baseman. That's to be at first base, but you have the best defensive first baseman I've ever seen there that can now work with Santander or TJ Rumfield or Spencer Jones, whoever you put out there. Okay? This would be one heck of a coaching staff right here. You get some veteran guys in there who have played the game, who won World Series titles. 4 of them won one World Series title. Brad Ausmus was in the World Series with the Astros where they lost back then to whoever they were playing in that World Series, the Cardinals? Whatever it was. I don't remember. They got White Sox. Excuse me. It was the White Sox back then about 2005, 2006. When the White Sox won the most boring World Series title ever. That's still the lowest rated World Series. And so you'd have a veteran one year. Tony Peña's a good manager. He proved it at World Baseball Classic. He doesn't put up with crap. He demands best out of his players. This would actually be a dominant team. So this is the right way to fix the New York Yankees this coming off season. Have a great day, everybody. Remember, the King Source loves you.